Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another exciting episode of Veni, Vidi, Vici. Here we are in Field of Glory Empires, tackling expansion. Slow but steady wins the race. That's our plan here. All right. A little concerned about my volume mixer not responding. That's kind of bizarre. Something's gone horribly wrong. Everything's crashing. Unable to connect to chat. Ah, okay, everything's back. It's all good. No problems. So, I think I mentioned last time I had gone through and taken a quick look at the Grognard's Guide to Buildings, where he basically takes the stats of all the buildings in the game. There's something like 300 or 400, and breaks down what they all do and how they relate to each other. What I was looking for is to find out, is there any reason a giant megacity can't exist in the Alps? And it doesn't seem like there's a reason. Like, there's no actual penalty. Like, this regional modifier here is because it was rated. Aside from that, there's no other penalty to food production or like crafting districts or anything like that, which seems bizarre that you can just build super mega urban centers in the middle of the Alps almost as easily as you could on like a nice farmland plain area with no hills, mountains, forests, etc. The only exception to that is large farms. Large farms will only show up on plains. They won't, or steppes, I guess. They won't show up on mountains, marshes, hills, forests, or deserts, obviously. And so if this is the only one that doesn't show up, but you can get every other food-producing building and you can get every other health building, it seems like that doesn't really slow you down, especially because you can just build your giant food-producing area in the plains and it will just send food into the mountains. And that's kind of what's confusing me. If anything, there should be like a big infrastructure penalty, like an increase to upkeep or something in the mountains. So you're just like less likely to want to put stuff there because it's difficult to maintain and it's difficult to produce in the first place. That's really what should be in existence. But anyway, the other piece to large farms is they evolve into plantations. And plantations are huge food. You can get, I think, was it 35 plus 15? So 50 food out of a plantation. It's pretty huge. And you can get those other percent food buildings, which might also further extend that. But again, my concern is you can just use the province system to shift that food around wherever you need it, which still kind of seems bizarre. Wow, there's a lot of excess food up here. Let's take a quick look and see who's producing way too much food. This is producing way too much food. Although we actually do want it to grow. 60's way too much. It's growing way too fast. There we go. Get a little more culture up in here. That's good too. Wow. Okay. In Serbia, every new person has just been put into food, and it's created a positive feedback loop there. That's a better curve at 19. Okay. 46 is okay for 16. 48 is okay for 16. Okay. So let's go through and find out what places. So we shuffled this around last time. What is POTUS good for? And actually, let me see if we can't get the chat going on YouTube now. Okay. I think it's working now. So if we do this, and this, and this, should be able to see all of the chats, including Twitch and YouTube. Okay, so POTUS, I don't really have a specialty. This is just an all-arounder here, apparently. Needs lumber, produces coal. Do we have coal nearby? We do. It's right next door. We don't need to add coal here. A barracks Would add extra XP when building units in the northern province here. The bank's not really necessary because this isn't really a trade hub area. All it produces, it's not producing anything unique that's going to get exported necessarily. Public bath, oops, apparently upgrades to thermies, so that can be pretty good. How is this doing health-wise? It's doing okay. I don't know that I want the decadence from that. So I think we're going to go with the barracks, because flax is right nearby. We do want that military bonus if we can get it, so that's what we're working on right now. Ah, a military defensive powerhouse. Producing a bunch of equipment and extra. Can upgrade to army provisioner. I don't think I want this one. A brickwork might not be bad. I'm a little concerned that the capital region here has been reduced in the amount of infrastructure that it's building, so that's not a terrible idea. We have a new general available. Rome's building the arsenal. Very nice. Now, in the south here, we've got no regional roads. This is the first time we're building regional roads. That actually gives a lot of money, too. But the most important bonus here is the trade range bonus +1. A sacred estate. Ooh. That's quite good. It's an upgrade to what? Worship place. It takes a little bit of food, but that's okay. Food is really easy to come by here. I don't know if you've noticed. We're at +95. This place is going to keep exploding in growth for the next several decades, I think. Sacred estate. I really want those regional roads, but this is damn good, and we've got a lot of other buildings that are being built before that could block this from showing up again. It doesn't use a slot, which is huge. It gives us loyalty bonus and culture for no decadence. And those are harder and harder to find as we build all the ones that do. Here's our government building. Loyalty isn't super important right here. We do know we need to get some production. This doesn't give a lot of infrastructure, though. So maybe a shepherd house. What's the situation vis-a-vis wool in the area? There's some right next door that's feeding all of these areas already. I don't think we need wool. I think we'll take the smokehouse because we already have cattle in the region. Okay? Up here, this is our capital of the province. And I did look it up. Most of the commerce buildings require at least 3 population or some other building to show up. So that's why there's no commerce options available here. But if this is going to be the capital, we need it to grow. And right now, there is no wool we can pull except for that there. Let's do smokehouse. Food and health is good. Ah, a lead mine. It needs lead, which is local, and provides quite a bit of infrastructure and metal. This is actually pretty good. But you know, I forgot. I've got to really slow down, not build everything in the world. Focus on infrastructure first, because this province is split really thin. So we've got Wheelmaker coming up. That will help quite a bit. I'll make an exception for... No, I won't make an exception for this smokehouse. Let's just focus on anything that's got good options. So charcoal pile. Move this over here so we can see. What we'd want our trade hub to be a centralized location. This should actually also be our trade hub because it would... maybe this would be our trade hub because it would work around everything around it. That's a pretty good option. So this, we don't really care about charcoal pile. A training ground, however, would guarantee that we import flax to the region. That would get some flax nearby. Or we can get horses and food for this area. Let's go with the training ground later, not now. We're just looking for ways to increase our infrastructure. And if we don't have that... actually, a clay pit is very good. We don't have stone anywhere nearby here, so we can import stone to the capital, or create stone in the capital. All right, next up, we know we don't care about that. We don't care about these at all, so we're not going to bother picking anything. And then way out here, these two in the top, these are by themselves. They're not part of a province yet, so they have to be self-sufficient. A smokehouse would be great, but it costs some infrastructure. A charcoal pile would give us coal, which is actually not represented anywhere. Except right next door. Dang it, charcoal piles are kind of useless. I don't know if they open up structures and that's why we need to build them. I might build a palisade here because this is a pretty weak area. Or a monument. I mean, the infrastructure too, it just takes up a slot and costs us infrastructure. I don't like it. Let's get a smokehouse. And then down here, I'm taking more of a look of what resources are around it. If there aren't any resources are around it and we can get a resource there, like cattle is apparently not located nearby. Like it's over here, but in order for it to be a bonus resource for... Actually, it's right there. So these have bonus resources. This has a bonus resource. This is the only place that can't get cattle as a bonus resource, so let's build a ranch there so that it also satisfies that. Because cattle... all the resources are bonus resources for something, generally speaking. Oh, look. There's fish here as a bonus resource. That's interesting. All right, so now we're looking at Piscidium or Tiberius? Tiberius, right in the middle there. What resources is this offering? Hemp, which we can get very easily from many places nearby, so that's not useful. I can't believe there's still these tier 1 buildings that it's offering us. I don't think we want any of these. Tiberius is a massive, massive thing. Oh, but a worship place. They don't have a basic worship place? Well, we've got to do that just to get the loyalty from it. They're at 67. That's kind of worrying right now. All right, so I think we've exhausted that series of buildings. We're trying to give these to Dalmatia, our ally, so that they can continue to, you know, be. We've ended all our other wars, so we can probably start a war with the Etrusci, conquer them fairly quickly, I hope, and then start our expansion northward. Probably the Celtic people here also need to go down, and the Veni also need to go down. So let's hit the next turn button. And see what happens. We've got a good road network in most places. We do kind of want to get paved roads throughout the Empire too, but it looks like that's going to be difficult because I think those are a tier 3 infrastructure building. So we'd have to have at least 5 others, or is it 6 others? I can't remember. We're still on top of our game here. In fact, yeah, I don't think we're getting close to a automatic victory, but we're still in a golden age and we're still climbing up the ranks, so we've reversed our negative progress there. No, we're not going to cooperate with them. We don't want an alliance with them. Oh, the Veneti are asking for an alliance. I'm actually okay with that. I'd prefer client state, but an alliance works. I'll let you guys deal with... So the Veneti and the Massalia can be our allies on the east there. You can have France. We're going north into Germany. Hibernia Island. It would be nice if you would point out where that is. Oh, it's the Island of Man. I guess technically we could get up there, but it seems like it would be very difficult to do without a port here, because if we had to sail all the way around, we'd be way out of supplies by the time we got out there. Dalmatia conquered the region that I formerly owned, which is not actually conquest. We just gave it to you. So it's very odd that it describes it that way. So let's do another transaction where we cede the province of Palatides. Sorry, cede the region of Palatides. There we go. And can we get you to give me anything for that? Like maybe a little bit of money? No, can't even give money without it, like, drastically reducing the chance. We don't want it. You take it. I don't want to deal with that. I'd like for you to deal with that. Thank you. Now, do we have any decisions that will help us convert people faster? That would be nice. These reduce unrest. I mean, sure. Wait a minute. Did that say... Oh, they get 2 decadence points. That goes away pretty quickly. We do have too much manpower. We could sell the manpower for money. Yeah, I mean, if we're way over our limit, we might as well. Our manpower is actually insane. I don't want to get food at the expense of loyalty in any case. So we could sell the metal also, because we're way over our metal. Well, not way over our metal. But we're over it enough that I don't really... Okay, buy metal from merchants. What? No. So that is an alternate... So we have all these options that are available to mess with these numbers here. We need an academy to properly utilize that. Galatia is way over in Spain. Can't do this until we get at least 7 provinces, so that's a ways away. Okay, back to the food and stuff. What is over here? Yeah. In Serbia, got some enemies. Local forces crush the invaders. That's what we like to see. Beatties. No, that's not an objective for us. You're wrong. Let's see if we can't relinquish objective. Both of them. We don't want them. You can have them back. Now look, a lot of buildings got finished this turn. So the wheelmaker got finished up here. Let's take a quick look. What's the next option? A lead mine. Lead is all over the place up here, huh? Yeah, lead, or that's iron, and then lead. It's bad for you, though, so be careful, but 12 infrastructure, that's nothing to sneeze at. So let's build that over here. And again, we're not going to build anything else in this province until these 2 lead mines are complete. By that point, we'll actually have some decent infrastructure, and we can probably start building multiple infrastructure projects. Okay. All right, over here near Venetia, what goods are you offering to us? Monument is probably a good trade-off. Do we have a lot of infrastructure buildings here? We do. It seems like a builder's guild might not be terrible. I feel like we already have one in the north for this, though. I don't think we need it. A mill gives free loyalty and food. Let's take the monument first. That culture is going to help us get more glory days. Pottus is done again already. Doesn't even have a tier 1 government building. Jesus. And we don't have a palisade? Ay, ay, ay. But which of those is more valuable? I mean, we're going to get papyrus because we finally figured out the way to get papyrus is to upgrade your wells. So when we see that option occurring, the irrigation canals, a tavern is right next to our trade area, and somehow we don't have olive oil. It's good loyalty bonus, though. That should really only be put in your commerce hub. Wool is actually right next door. So we don't need wool for any reason. Let's get the tavern. A little bit of extra money. Oh, the capital has a free slot. Well, only the best for the capital. They definitely don't need a flax field. Are you kidding me? the capital. That's insane. A noble district actually might be necessary here for that loyalty bonus. Now we also get a big culture bonus because of all those bonus resources. It's hard, and we'll import marble here actually. So then marble will act as a bonus resource for all the things in the nearby area. So that is actually very good. And 27 culture will easily outdo the 6 decadence we get from this. It'd be a little more than that since to the decadence increase things. But yeah. This central area actually has negative decadence, so we have to pick the most decadent things we possibly can, then put them here as much as possible. Which means, yeah. We want large farms that upgrade to plantations, and we want those in the middle of Sicily here. Even though it looks like it's actually mountainous, it's actually a plain in the middle of... This is a plain too. So why does it look like it's mountainous? That's a hill. These are all plains, and this is a hill. I don't know. On the border here, a smokehouse is good. But a preceptor house would help us with our decadence. Thank you, science. Now, is that one going to import papyrus? Yes. And we can get it from nearby places, so it's not going to cost us an arm and a leg. And up here, oration tribute. Oh, no, we don't want to build anything here. Here. Don't care about that. Over here, a cultural site for conversion. Absolutely. We need to start there, and then it upgrades to better stuff for conversion. A preceptor house here seems pretty valuable as well. Because this... Wow, the decadence here is actually kind of out of control. Because we've got a trading port here. So, yes, preceptor house, sure. And next to it, what kind of... It's offering... So the large quarry is still kind of weak. Because we don't have marble or sulfur. So it's just not an upgrade that's worth looking into. Thalassan Temple costs money. It's missing the bonus of fish because this doesn't need to build a fishery because it's right next to it here. So maybe we'll get fish in the future. A vineyard isn't needed. We'll take the Thalassan Temple. And right next door, can we build fish? No. Now, a wax workshop will import honey, which is good. We don't have any honey. And it'll generate wax, which is also good because there's no wax in the area. Ooh, it's got amber. I didn't realize it had amber. This makes this kind of a good area because it's got a rare natural resource. Amber's hard to find, and I don't think it imports very easily. So, Nicaea here should definitely be considered as a good part of this trade area. Now, what is that? Nuts and seeds. Another natural resource that's not easy to find or import. And yet, let's see, a fortune teller is a tier 1 religious building. Stone is not available. It is available next to it. I do kind of want more infrastructure buildings. We're gonna just cycle this and look for an infrastructure building for that because it's kind of weak. Large walls for these guys? I don't think so. No, we don't need a gladiator school either, or an Ursur. Coal is already available nearby. Wool is usually available nearby. So we'll take the physician house, which is the only tier 2 building available besides the thing. We do want those tier 2 buildings. Okay. That's done. Hopefully we won't get quite so many new buildings popping up. Ooh, we finished the Colosseum, it looks like. I just saw it appear on the map. We've got that world wonder now. Well, look, we even climbed the rankings. We are doing very well. Sparta, though, is about to hit Yeah, they're turning into a tier 3 civilization this turn. They've got 5 progress, and they're a glorious monarchy. Yes, we did. Ah, really? You're going to bring us against the Aquitani? I guess you can take them. I guess we're fighting against the Belgae. I guess maybe we shouldn't be in so many alliances. But let's see if I'm right. Maybe they just got to glorious with that extra point. But they're like this nice, tiny little small empire that's ready to grow. Euboea. Wow. Oh, okay. I was going to say, they really messed up on where the Island of Rhodes is, but that's actually the nation of Rhodes controlling Ionian Islands here. All right, so what's going on with the Ptolemaic Empire? We haven't checked in with them for a while. They're pretty big. They're a glorious nation again. Where do they fall on the CDR? There they are, in the middle third. So they can't... Every time they get to glorious, they get chucked down here. Their historical cultural value is massive, but so is their decadence, which gets boosted whenever they get to glorious. So they get into this cycle here. They can't quite build enough culture to overcome that. All right. An invasion. Defenders repelled them. Proclaimed a series of minor amnesties. Yes, we did. Ooh, Nicaea unable to cope with a deadly plague. And we lost a population. That's terrible. I guess we need more health buildings, don't we? Yeah, they only have clean water. That's not good enough. We give them an herbalist. Ugh, that's kind of like such a bad health building, though. There's so many better options. Handwritten books increases culture output. And wow, the wax that we just built gives us a huge bonus to culture. Yeah, scriptorium, absolutely. Get us some papyrus. I don't care. Up here, we want to switch back. I think I found switching to the trade goods view, is very valuable when deciding what building to build. You can see a lot more about what's going on. Up here, we were concerned about the infrastructure. Does this give us the full bonus? It does. So let's build that. Wait, we also had a cultural site that has to be prioritized because we have 0 Italians in our area, and it's going to take forever to convert them unless we have religious government buildings and we get that decision. So Pattis, this is their last building. It has to be a good one. A fair, ooh. Yeah, lots of money. Maybe the topper on the cake here. I mean, they'll get another building in 4 turns, but, you know, that's good. Now, unusually, Amelia still has plenty of room. It's a province capital, so I'm going to keep building red buildings here, but only if they're really useful. It produces weapons, which we can get from a lot of places already. A worship place is a tier 1 building that gives us loyalty. I'm going to shuffle this around and look for stronger tier 3 red buildings. Or at least better tier 2 red buildings. We don't need a legion camp in this area. Tannery produces leather. We have access to leather. How close? Up here in Pattis. Is leather a good that is needed in a lot of places? Now, what is the orange? I can't remember what the orange means. Red means regions with 3 or more missing goods. Orange with 1 or 2 missing goods. And blue, regions with only bonus goods missing. In green, all other regions. This actually has 2 slots left, it looks like. A granary might make the most sense here. Grow the population. become large. Down here, this triumvirate here is all about commerce. That's what I've been building them up to be. But, do we have leather down in this area? No, we actually don't. Oh yeah, we do. It's right next door. It's over here. These don't have access to leather, but this would be the right place to build a tannery if we ever get one. A stud gives us horses, which we already have in 2 areas nearby. So no to that. Armorer needs leather. It'll import it anyway. And build a lot of equipment. A noble district. Let's shuffle. I don't like any of those. Ah, these are our friends up here. They just need, we don't even need to worry too much about it. They need basic infrastructure and food, and so a shepherd's house, I guess, will make sense. There's at least some areas nearby that don't have access to wool. No, that's not true. Let's get a salt house. It'll import salt to the region. Ooh, regional roads, hard to say no to. Let's do that. This is, again, this is our firewall along this river of areas where we want good defensive troops. So a training ground seems like it would make sense, especially because it will slowly give us access to better red buildings if we build. Now over here, this would be a good centralized location for lumber. So let's do that. Charcoal, don't need it there. Okay. So how's this doing now? Okay. Yeah, I don't need this. Let's make sure we... will that build those in a turn? If I take that out... No, it doesn't change anything. So we'll keep the wood cutting getting built in 4 turns. Okay. So when do we go to war against the Etruscans and the Celts and the Averni? I think we need to reformat our armies a little bit before we do. I think we have too many legions to fight in these mountainous areas. We only need like 3 or 4 at most. Everything else should be slingers, basically. We've fallen a little bit, but we're still in the top 3rd. Oh, you know what? You can only ascend to a tier 3 culture if you have at least 10 areas. Sparta does not. So, I'm going to take this and this. And I feel like the cavalry probably doesn't work super well. I'm just going to take these out of the army. So split this off. Just leave that in the capital. This Roman army here is going to get ready to go after the Etruscans. And the other Roman army are going to do the same thing. They're going to just... Couldn't we give each other the provincial units we have access to? Do you have good stuff that would make sense to go, like... Huh. Do they have no provinces? They never built provinces? That makes no sense. Let's see, what provinces could they have? Well, they definitely have this as a province. Why haven't they formed it yet? Is the AI just that bad it won't even form provinces? 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5 of the 7. They definitely could form that as a province. Spend metal to acquire money or manpower. Nope. Nope. I don't know if we have stables available in this region. So that does seem like it wouldn't be terrible, but maybe better to be building in an area that doesn't already have 3 red buildings. So we'll say no to that for now. We don't need a noble district. Flax. Is flax available nearby? It is. In 4 places. We don't need flax here. Public bath. Expert stone cutter. None of those are good. I'm cycling it. That's weird. I don't usually cycle buildings at population 13, but here we are. A granary to help these guys grow would be pretty good. We have lots of infrastructure in this northern region. Last time I checked, anyway. Now, this is great if you have a lot of trade goods nearby because of the money. Health and money, or food and money. What's our health situation? 29%. I'm gonna prioritize the health and money. We're gonna try to get pottery and fish built in the area. Because I'm kind of surprised we don't have pottery or fish. Land reclamation is a good option here. So Campania, remember, we tried to turn this into our sort of southern... So there's ceramics. We should definitely do that here. Oh, they only have the 1 slot. But it's gonna... Oh, and we have bonuses from gold. That's real good. Okay, yep. We're gonna do that. And here... Gymnasium, a tar workshop, a courthouse, decadence reduction. Yeah. Ah, now this is our southern trade empire. What can we do here? A theater for free culture. Whew. That's real good. And they've got plenty of food. We're going to take it. Again, free culture, no decadence, no nothing. Damn. That's hard to say no to. We want to stay stable. Now for these northern province, we still need to get basic infrastructure going, so I'm not going to touch any additions there. But here on the border, it's all on its own. Doesn't have marble. Marble will be imported by a noble district? No, that's... Yeah, I think marble's imported by a noble district. We're not going to get that anytime soon. But a loyalty bonus here couldn't be terrible. Crafter district is good, though the only disadvantage of the crafter district, as somebody pointed out, the Grognard guide pointed out actually, is that this unlocks like an absolute ton of other buildings. So it floods the crafter, the commerce buildings with stuff you might not want. So if you're looking for a specific building, that's a problem. I'm not looking for a specific building, but I am looking for more food here to grow this poor backward area. Vineyard would get us wine, which actually doesn't look like... Oh, there's one produced right next door over here, but not by us. Candle shop needs wax, which we're producing, or it'll import wax. And it'll import it from one of the places that we have nearby. And that will provide wax as a bonus resource in the area. This is actually a good choice to spread wax around in case it's valuable. I mean, it must be valuable. I think candle shops use wax and tin to make a lot of money. Ooh, one of them fairs. Oh, but you know I like them military stores. We're just looking about making this provincial capital into more of a military powerhouse. And this means when we recruit units here, the manpower cost is down. I think I want it. Oh, but their health is so problematic. They don't actually have a lot of food here. That's why they have so many people. All right, let's get the smokehouse. Gives us food and health. And we can move the people somewhere else. Still not touching this up here. Did we want to upgrade that to a limes? It costs a lot of infrastructure, so the answer to that question right now is no. And we got some more objectives? Zergus. Oh, that's great. It just keeps giving us shit down there. Didn't we have some in the north that we were going to potentially get? No. They got 4 right here, and I can't get those, damn it. I guess I could go take over Sardinia. You know what? Let's do it. The other army. Is Sardinia, what kind of territory is Sardinia? It's hills, it looks like, and forest. So the army that we were gonna move over here maybe will be better suited to go taking over Sardinia, so we at least get that objective. I think that's a good idea. Should we bring all the extras? All the extraneous forces? Let's bring 1 extra, actually. There we go. And I have him going in a weird way. We just want him to go to Rome. And hopefully the port in Rome is good enough to... It's an anchorage, actually. It's not very strong. We need him to start in a harbor. Because I think if we were to go to here... Is this a better harbor right here? Yeah, that's a major harbor. That's where we want them to go. The major harbor, one of the things that it does is so it takes a certain amount of movement points to board ships, and the major harbor reduces that cost a lot more than the anchorage does. The anchorage reduces it a little bit, but the major harbor makes it even more so, if I remember correctly. Although it doesn't look like that. Yeah, boarding cost 1. So it reduces it to the lowest amount, I think. But then it says boarding cost reduced by 3. I don't know exactly why those two numbers are both there. Anyway, sorry. Distracted. Let's focus on what we can build in these various areas. So that's the last thing there. So we move these guys around. They're going to come here. We're going to go to war with the Sardinians, take over both of those areas, and also Corsica to finish up that province. And then we should be good, right? Look at this. It's even got... Oh, it's occupied by the Sardinians. Because this is actually Carthaginian, isn't it? The Sardinians are in a war with Carthage, and they took over that southern area. So, it'll at least get us 1 more objective. And 1 less place that it can keep sending shitty objectives. So here's the Roman fleet. We've got nothing but these Corvus warships, which were pretty good. And I think we'll be able to deal with the Sardinian peoples. If we conquer an area that they're occupying, do we get it outright? Or do we have to then negotiate with Carthage for it? That's an interesting problem, and I hope it's not bugged. Let's find out on the next episode of Rome Expands. The actual capital city is so big you can't even see the capital marker underneath it. Staying in the top tier. Aquitani as a glorious tribal chiefdom also seem to have the problem where once they get to 5 to 10, all of these here, Pontus, Hiberni, they need to get to 10 regions and then they can become a more grand empire. Now this one... I guess we'll keep some of the heavy cavalry and just get rid of the skirmishing cavalry because They just don't have as good ranged attack. They don't have any ranged attack. So how can they be skirmishers? I don't know how that works exactly. Anyway, we'll split these off. Take this army and get ready to go to war with the Etruscans. But we're going to go to war with the Etruscans from down here, actually. Because this area is going to actually be able to support the army. Wow. Okay, we can't even build more buildings in this capital because it needs to grow. So let's move these guys right over here. Get that happening sooner. I was focused on so much on getting the get the governor's palace. Well, I guess I did build the herbalist there. That'll help them grow. Ah, well, Wheelmaker will help this whole region a little bit more. Okay. Now, is that going to be... I just realized, is that going to be my last? It is, but they're going to grow in 3 turns, and then we'll give them more food production. Okay. So now we choose this day to go to war with the Sardinians because they currently occupy the area that we want. So let's see how that works out for us. We're also going to move our fleet into port here so that the fleet and the army can move as one to the same area. We're also going to need a general for these. Oh, he's got a good general. I don't know, 2-0. Do we have a better option that has a 2-1? No. Alright, that is what it is. Meanwhile, this general up here, he's a 1-1. We don't seem to get generals that give any bonuses except in open terrain. Why can't we get a general that's like, oh, better in rough terrain? Must just be because we're Roman. So we built the Colosseum. That gives us extra legacy per turn. Excellent. And that means this place has huge loyalty. Look at that. That's insane how much loyalty this place has. This place needs more culture. And also, reducing decadence seems to be an important priority here. So yes, a preceptor house. Definitely. Let's build the science up in this area. That seems quite important. So, these areas here, we're kind of making them into... Ooh, a furnace. We'll bring iron into the area. Street parlor, though. Street parlor. That's good. That's a lot of culture. Decadence reduction here is pretty good, too. It'll spread papyrus around. Oh, but this doesn't have papyrus nearby, so we're going to say no to that. Hemp field. We have hemp nearby. So no to that. Ooh, a delicacy shop. Figs. Wow. That's quite good. 12 money and 9 culture, but 0.2 decadence. And it'll import figs to the area. The thing about the delicacy shops is they work well together. There are other delicacy shops, and they kind of boost each other. But I wonder if the dates one... I don't know. We'll see. We'll build that one and find out if it was a good idea later. City guard, no. Swamp draining is kind of useful in, you know, a swamp. What is the basilica? It'll import frankincense at a very expensive rate, so let's say no to that. Etruria could have a noble gardens that gives massive culture. No, what we want to do is build this down in Sicily where we have a huge decadence reduction. Instead, maybe we build the great mills here. Because Etruria is apparently our superfood source for this entire region. Yeah, might as well. It's a national wonder. So we can only build one of these. Kind of makes sense we'd build it in our capital region, or province rather. It gives us legacy too. I didn't even notice that. And we've got the full bonus set resources. Yeah, and a huge loyalty bonus to besides. Yeah, let's build the Great Mills. Down in Italia Inferior, an oil mill will produce olive oil. We already have something producing olive oil? We have a fair? No. But, like, here it is. There's olive oil. So why is there olive oil? Are we trading for it? Oh, it's a natural trade good in the area. I see. But then we don't need to produce it, do we? That's bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre. 10% is a good bonus there. A noble district would help us with loyalty. I don't like any of these, really. Except a blacksmith. The thing is, I never really get a blacksmith, and then I realize, oh, this is the one that upgrades to tool manufacturer, and tools have some really big bonuses later. Except we've got tools right here. So no, we're shuffling. Unless the infrastructure one was good. I didn't actually. Builder's Hall. Let's check out the province and see if it needs the help. 207. I'm not going to spend one of my precious slots on that. Let's go look further elsewhere. Down in Sicily. This area could definitely use some decadence reduction. It'll import olive oil. I think we just build some food here. You know, we don't seem to have a lot of in the north is horses. So if we need the food, we might as well, because we don't need the charcoal. Oh, but a salt house is just better, because it gives you food, and it brings salt in, and a health bonus. And we don't really need the horses. So let's get the salt house. Ooh, a master herbalist. It's a national wonder. You can only get it one place. It'll import drugs and herbs from nowhere. That's not great. This isn't a great position for it. What is this, though? Irrigation canals. Produces papyrus. Yeah, baby. It's kind of rare to get papyrus. This is my thing. Ooh, an amphitheater. Gives a big cultural bonus. Costs a lot of money. Let's just take the training ground to help boost our red numbers. That is slowly going up, I think. Yep, we're very close to the 4. Pretty soon we'll have it. Alright, so we declared war on the Sardinians. We're getting ready to declare war on the Etruscans. Let's go. Expansion, expansion, expansion. The Etruscan army is having problems supplying itself in the Alps there. Maybe I'm being too careful. Where's the drama? Where's the suspense? don't think I want to buy any more slaves. I just want them to be a smaller and smaller component of my empire. All right, we're gonna land in the capital and hope that slaves are revolting against Sardes. Well, that's a pretty good deal. Because if the slaves take over, then it'll make it easier for me to take it. Alright, so this is the turn where I'm going to declare war on Etruria. Or the Etruscans, rather. Damn it. I already took Etruria from them. They're not really Etruscan because they don't have Etruria anymore. That's my consideration. Okay, one more building here before they're done. Do we want it to be a building that helps them grow to get more buildings? I think that's kind of what I want. Fortune teller's not necessary. It's great. I want it later, but I think a preserved food store is better than a salt mine. Unless salt is not available nearby. You know, it's available over here, but it's not available to any of the adjacent areas or this one. A salt mine, we're going to do that. Salt has quite a few bonus applications, I think. Okay. Next. Liguria. The Proto-Genuines. What can you offer? A worship palace. Kind of meh. We could get tier 2 purple buildings at this point. I think land expansion. Ah, the capital will import leather, build a lot of equipment. It's a red building, but it's not a tier 2 red building. I think we're going to stop and shuffle. Now down here, ooh, we can finally get regional roads. It seems insane that this area we conquered so long ago does not have regional roads yet. And it won't take up my last slots here, so we're going to do that. Ah, this is the area where we don't care about decadence. Wow. I mean, wow. We could... This is a little insane. If we build a prison here... I didn't realize they could have negative decadence. Does that actually help me? I assumed it would go to 0, but... Negative decadence probably doesn't get applied, right? I'm going to build the prison just because I'm still looking for things that give us huge bonuses and also huge decadence, right? Alright. Screw it. I need this thing to keep growing. It looks like this area could grow way bigger than Rome with fewer penalties. Like, Rome needs a noble district, I guess, but it also really needs a prison. There's just so many things down here that are helping us avoid decadence. A potter's workshop. We don't have pottery down here, do we? But again, this should be the area where the pottery goes because it's right in the middle. Flax is nearby to all of these. It's not nearby to this, so we'll build the flax so that this area doesn't have to import it. And here in the north, ooh, a sawmill. This is a rare version of the lumber mill that you only get in forested areas, which is what this is. It's a forested area. So we'll definitely build the sawmill because it gives a lot more infrastructure than a regular lumber mill. It will provide lumber to the surrounding areas, and it'll be great. Capital here, a granary. Hard to say no to that. We don't have... Oh, it gets a bonus from grain. It's not that it creates grain. Yeah, okay. Let's take one farm or two and move it down to culture. Okay, so we've planned out our war against the Sardinians. We're getting ready to plan our war against the Etruscans. Good to go. And we've got our ships escorting our army. Our army has been tailor-made to work better in the hills. And we don't even have to worry about it because the Sardinian army is pitiful. Oh, but they're bigger than us. Oops. The hills actually... Okay, so I should have had, you know, a little bit of cavalry here. Or a little bit more of main force. But it looks like they don't have that big of a main force either. Most of them are skirmishers. So we're still going to win. Pursuit phase, get them! And without cavalry, we actually get less bonuses during the pursuit phase. So maybe I should have left some medium cavalry in there. Yes, having prepared themselves in secret, Rome declares war on the Etrusci, and everybody else joins us. Now, this army is pathetic, so we go crush that right now and win. Meanwhile, I will bring along the... You know what? Just bring the rest of the army. I think it worked okay. Actually, they don't need to go all the way because... this army will also be able to take Corsica, I'm fairly certain. Wow. That's kind of a problem. You put a lot of people in your culture there. And your money. But not a lot in your infrastructure or your food. So obviously this army, that does have some of the cavalry, we kept that in there, is going to... Oh, it's harsh weather next turn. Dang it. Can't go in there with a blizzard. Okay. Okay. That's fine. This is okay. This is fine. Bonus from lumber. Missing a bonus from stone. We'll have stone here soon. That's my plan. So let's build the warehouse and help grow this burgeoning province. It's now got 89. That's much more respectable. I can spread that around a little bit and not feel so bad. And the other 3 things that are currently being built will help spread it even further. Ah, and up here... Regional roads up here already? That's a good idea. Street parlor is not the one we want. We want the building that gives us some conversion bonus. That would be ideal. This is interesting. This needs to be a much larger area. Let's build the wells. Will give us some food and a % food bonus on top of that. Up here, this doesn't have a lot of resources. What do I want this to be? Should this be growing more? I think so. We don't have a loyalty problem. We don't... Do we need to import wax? Do we need to get honey and wax here? No, we have wax next door. I don't think so. So let's take the physician house for that little area. Over here... It has a lot of food production, but it's only because it has a lot of people up there. So let's flip that around a little bit. Ah, this we're looking for. Coastal Fortress Siege Workshop can be upgraded to Urban Guards. We don't want City Guard, and there's not actually any other red buildings that are Tier 2 that we want. So let's just wait and see if we can't find a better Tier 2 or Tier 1. Ooh, a plantation. This gives a huge amount of food thanks to the tools. Yep, I think we got to take that. Loyalty penalty 8 is very sad. But we'll come back and build a better loyalty building later, right? Yeah, no problem. Not this one. Ooh, oil mill. We don't have olive oil down here, do we? Okay. Well, a plantation would be great in this area right here. Actually, that's not true. Gladiator school would be great in that area right there. But if everybody here grows faster, that's pretty good. But we're missing the bonus from tools. But we will build tools if we get a blacksmith. So let's build this now with the intention of building a blacksmith and then a tool shop in this central area here. I think that's not a terrible plan. Ooh. We're going to need more infrastructure down here, aren't we? I'm focusing a lot on growth and culture, but I need infrastructure for this area here. Okay. And what do we get? Blah, 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 blah. We don't care about any of that. We've got everybody ready to go. Everybody's moving into combat. So we'll go after the Etruscans next turn. Unfortunately, we had a bad bit of weather this turn, which kind of gave them the ability to grow. This is automatic, no question. We crushed that, which I think means we get this outright. It should no longer be considered occupied, so the Carthaginians lost it. But is it still considered our objective? I hope it is. I hope we got it in time. I don't see the symbol on it. Wow, you get that decision coming up off a lot. Ooh, these are great. I think we need new agricultural methods. You're building a stables that needs horses. That doesn't seem valuable for us. Maybe it was valuable for the past, but not for us. It needs copper, which is a local trade good. Gulp. Can a copper mine upgrade to anything? Doesn't seem like it. Do we want maybe an herbalist to help grow this thing? So let's take this and use them to build a public works while they're here. They don't even have a public works in this area. That's crazy. An irrigation system would get this area papyrus eventually, which would be good. Now, they can't do crap because of these, you know, under pacification things. Now, this is just conquered, also blockaded, apparently. Let's find out exactly what's going on there. We can't see what's going on in the coast because we don't have big harbors. These are blockaded too? How are they blockaded? Who's there? I've only got the one navy, so I'll go here. Can they go there and then go there in the same turn? Yeah, they can. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that was last turn. We'll check them both anyway. Objective region Sardinia has pledged allegiance to Rome. +1 progress token. Excellent. Ugh, you just want North Africa. Everything you do tells me you want North Africa. I don't want to go that way. Give me objectives up here. That's the direction I'm going in. Come on. Alright, and this poor saps with the medium cavalry. Did we leave the light cavalry in here? No, we left some heavy cavalry in there. What we really need is to replace our heavy cavalry with the cataphracts that we can now build. I'll leave the medium cavalry in there for now. this heavy cavalry, I'm going to raise some stronger, better, faster, longer, whatever, cataphracts over here. They're much more expensive, but damn, they are way stronger. But they do get that clumsy penalties. They become a 4-2, but they still have 3 hit points and 3 effectiveness, which I don't think heavy cavalry have that. 3 hits and 2 effectiveness. And a flanking modifier of 1. These guys get a flanking modifier of 1 as well. They have a ranged attack, which the heavy cavalry doesn't have. This is just way better. But I see what it's saying. It's more dedicated to offense than the heavy infantry. Okay, but anyway, we're going to build some of those. Do we want 4? Let's just build 2. 1 for each side. And that should be good. The provincial unit down there is that. What's the Cisalpine provincial unit? I keep forgetting. Cisalpine cavalry. What's special about them? They're medium cavalry, a slightly heavier version of light cavalry. The extra combat value means they can survive a duel in a battle with light cavalry, who would have died. For the rest, they lose some speed compared to their lighter brethren. Can't shoot arrows, but do inflict more flanking damage. Anyway, the Sicilian slingers are also interesting. Because they are 2/2s with low hits, low effectiveness, but a ranged attack of 6. Whereas our Velites are 2/2s with a 1/2 and the ranged attack of 5. So yeah, the Sicilians are actually better than our Velites, which makes sense. They said the provincial units are supposed to be a little bit better than their counterparts. You know, I didn't check out what's the provincial unit of this here. Celtic cavalry. This is 3-2. 3-2-2-2-3-3. And this is 2-2. So Celtic cavalry is a little bit better than medium cavalry. So really, when these armies get... I'm just going to leave the armies the way they are. When they get wiped out, then we'll flip over to some newer, better, stronger, faster stuff. Huh. Do we not have stone nearby for these guys? No, they've got stone right here. You don't need stone. Nobody needs stone inside an area. They only need stone adjacent, it seems. And we have no anybody. What is that? Food fertilization. Previous flood led to unexpected benefit in the form of increased food production. Well, that's crazy. Then we probably don't need more food. I'm going to make it anyway. We'll get back to the theater later. We desperately need that decision to come up that helps us flip more people to our culture. This appears to be a heavy culture area, doesn't it? Conversion bonus. That will kind of help here a little bit. Pottery. We don't actually have pottery anywhere nearby here. So providing it as a bonus resource to the other areas nearby, pretty valuable. Upgrading the walls. Upgrading a tier 2 granary. Oh, here's another delicacy shop for figs. We're going to ignore that for now. How's the loyalty? It's good. If the loyalty is good, you must acquit. Let's just go with another granary. And then down here, land expansion's hard to say no to. We've already got honey locally. We don't have wax, but we can do that later. A monument. This isn't the area where we want it, so let's do that. Okay. So we've got the military forces ordered properly. I'm hoping that these guys are strong enough to win the first battle. You see the sort of progressional movement? All the armies in the map move 1 movement point. Then all of them move 2. Then all of them move 3. So they all kind of move together. Let's see. I think we got this one. Oh, God, it's so... The Alps are terrible. Let's see. Our slingers didn't even go in the front. That's weird. And neither did our legions. Oh, we got lucky there. Try again. Get lucky again. Oh, nope. Get crushed. Almost crushed. Almost crushed. Oh, it's still considered a draw? Well, that's interesting. Maybe the next one we'll use our legions instead of our shitty cavalry. Oh, good. We exhausted them before the battle. That should help a lot. These guys are pampered? What does that mean? They're mercenary infantry. They're pampered. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Oh, no! Those guys almost died. Oof. Oof. Their terrain bonus is just a huge thorn in the side. Alright, here we finally going against somebody who's exhausted and pampered. And we got a little bit of fight back. Okay, maybe that was a draw. Whew, okay. We still have fresh troops. The only fresh troops they have left are, like... Oh, they've got palace guards still to fight us? Ugh. Or did the palace guards already fight? There's the palace guards. Yeah, they haven't even fought yet. The good news is I think we might win this one. I don't know why the palace guards aren't the ones in front. The game does a weird job of filling these in. Ugh. Okay, we got the edge. Come on. Just get one nice big number. All right. We didn't kill them completely, but getting that was good. Oh. Another draw. Alright, this time it's all legions. And I think they're all fresh? No, not quite. Ugh. Okay, we've got a chance. Get 4 hits, come on. 1 hit. That was a phalanx. Here's the palace guards. Youch. Can we retreat? Now I don't think we're going to do so well. I don't know if we have any... We've got all these velites that could be up front doing their skirmisher thing, but they're not. I'm not exactly sure why. So we now know what we need is... It fills the second row with legions for some reason. It really should fill them with skirmishers because we'd get much better odds. We might lose this one. No, it's still considered a draw. I'm just going to skip and view the report. Ah, they won it. Okay. Welp. I think it's too many legions. We need some, like, provincial Italian units to go in there. Mainly, because the Italian foot don't have ranged attack, so it will actually let our velites do their thing. Because the system sets the legion up in the second row, even though it doesn't have a supporting value. These guys have a support value, so they give an extra +1 to the guys in front. So if we use... So are the allies better or are the provincial units better? That's interesting. Our allies are probably better. 3-3, 2-3, 4-4, 3-2. Okay. So yeah, our allies are going to get built up here to replace those legions that got killed. And this army had the 2 general, I think. Let's move him over. We don't need the 2 general over here anymore. Let's give this guy the 2 general. These guys are pretty veteran too, but look at, I've got all these Velites that never get to do anything for some reason in these tight battles, when really they should be the ones that do things in the tight battles. I think I need to move the legions out and just bring the allies into the battle without the legions. We'll try that next turn. All right, we're not blockaded anymore. That's good. These guys did their thing building up this region's roads. Let's see. What do I want? I do want land expansion, but not right now. Oh, I think I need a loyalty bonus. It's a little bit of a problem. It'll be less of a problem eventually, but it's a little bit of a problem. We'll create Corsica, Sardinia in a second. We're going to have the boats kind of hang out here so that these guys can easily move over and take the independent state there. It's odd that the Sardinians never took it. They seem so easy to take. I think this is another situation where I need 2 armies that alternately attack to prevent this one from ever recovering properly. Smokehouse for growth. Basilica for loyalty. Dyeing mill will import purple and produce dye. We already get dye's already produced in Etruria, but not nearby. And if dye is a good bonus resource, which it probably is, it's being produced over here, but that's 2 provinces away. So this will provide dye as a bonus resource to 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces that don't otherwise get it. So I think that's a good play. We don't have an aqueduct here yet. A tavern isn't necessary. Tannery produces leather, which is already right next door. I think the aqueduct seems good. Yeah, aqueduct it is. And in Padis here, loyalty bonus, no. Builder's hall, A blacksmith can be upgraded to a tools manufacturer, and that is a nice centralized area that is adjacent to a lot of other things, and the tools will help all of them. Okay, fine. Let's build stables so that we can finally get tier 3 military buildings in the capital. A great arsenal. A national wonder. Gives us legacy. Reduction in metal cost. Applies to infantry, and heavy cavalry. Revolt risk increased by 20% of the current rate. Hard to say no to that. The legacy specifically is great. Yeah, let's do it. Rome gets even more red buildings. Ooh, a tabularium reduces decadence here and gets a bunch of bonus resources, which produces a ton of culture. That will keep us in the golden ages. I can see it now. Regional roads, yay! All resources satisfied. It will import iron from plenty of places. Generate money and metal. Yeah, hard to say no to that. Except it costs us a lot of infrastructure, and that's a problem right now. We really need growth, so let's do the farm. We'll come back to that later. Okay. So this army in Sardinia is going to build the basic regional, whatever it is, public works. Oh, we also apparently have slave revolt, which we won. The local forces that we just barely established. Oh, they came to us? Crap. We don't have a good defending general. This could go really poorly. We are in a more open area, so their bigger numbers can affect it. Shit. We got more exhausted from that than they did. Okay, crushed them. Good. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Heavy cavalry. Go for it. Aw, we evaded it. Okay. Oof. That should not have been a stalemate. Come on, we need to win these. We're going to get flanked. What the hell? Oh, it's the lack of a general. God. There's nobody there to kill, buddy. There's nobody on the flank to kill. Gosh, our only good offensive general is terrible on defense. This is a nightmare. There we go, finally. I don't think this is going to be a draw. I think they're going to get it. Oh, it is a draw. But I think it's still going to get bad for us here. On the next one. Well, we exhausted a lot of them, apparently. Alright, the Legion in the center. Come on, roll well. Ugh. It is incredibly... This is awful. They're killing each other. They're killing each other. Youch, that flanking attack. See, we should have the advantage here. If we even had a one defense general, we'd have probably won this pretty handily. Best of 2 dice is so much better than best of 1 dice. How did they kill each other? Oh, it went right through. That's right. I remember how that works. Yeah, okay. The rest of the army's in trouble. Yeah, the rest of the army's almost gone. Okay. Well, they can't take the area, at least, because, you know, the garrison is there. But, maybe we should come up and do something about this. Now, here's a gamble. Do we take the crappy, not full army? Okay. Sorry, I'm got a text from my boss. All right. What was I saying? Ooh, increased trade range. +2 trade Aquaman for 18 turns. +5 for 18 turns. Let's do the +5. Distribute slaves. Should we take this gimpy little army and take... Oh, they can't go there because of the Farg. I am about to take this army and go here, because even though it's not great... Oh, you know what? Can this make it here in 1 turn? It can. So what I want to do is have this army merge with that army. I hope that works the way that I'm having it set up. And these guys are just going to build some public works. Like, I feel like I should just restructure my entire army. Keep the veteran troops. Get rid of the cavalry that are not as good as the better cavalry we have. And we need better generals on these armies, apparently. More well-rounded generals. How about that? Yeah, let's just do the 1-1s. And just in case this guy becomes the leader, he can have the 1-1 too. What is this? Oh, the cataphracts. Can they also make it up here in one turn? No, not quite. So we'll make it to here in one turn. Oh, they have a slave market here. That's probably not what we want. I'm going to dismantle that next turn. Hold up. What do we got up here? Oh, we finally got an extra population point for this. Let's use it for farm or clear water. Perfect. Land expansion. Good call. Preserved food store. Money and health. I'm not going to get fish nearby. Amphitheater. I don't think this is going to be a cultural powerhouse necessarily. I think we already have pottery nearby. Yeah, it says it's got a bonus of 5 from pottery, but I don't see it. What am I missing? Okay, hold up. There's no pottery here. No pottery here. Imported trade goods, but oh, it doesn't show up here because it's imported. These are what it's producing. Oh, that's interesting. I misread that. And I don't think I like that way that it's showing. Anyway, preserve food stores, fine. A deep iron mine. Although working conditions are extreme for the servile manpower, a deep mine will produce lots of iron. Huh. I already have lots of metal. I do not need that. There's lots of ways to get metal. Ooh, Palace Guard. Decadence increase, legacy increase, kingmakers, revolt risk decreased, taxation penalty 12%. Ensemble of buildings unique to your nation. They will provide very strong contingents to repel any outside assaults. But they're not immune to corruption and will often look the other way if bribed. That's why the taxation penalty is there. But they produce a little bit of manpower. I don't know that that's the best fit for this, though. This is an upgrade, so it doesn't take up a slot. It just costs us some money and produces a crap ton of infrastructure. So let's do that. Ooh, Umbria hasn't had a free slot in a bit. We could get them papyrus, but we've already got it right next door. This could spread it around a little bit more. I don't know. That's not great. Trading post. Meh. Noble district. They do kind of need the loyalty, and it produces a crap ton of culture. And we'll import marble to the area. Okay. Wow. This area doesn't even have solid walls yet. A wax workshop will import honey and produce wax. That seems pretty important. I think wax is a valuable bonus thing. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, but the tabularium is a national wonder. It's only going to go one place. Might as well get the decadence reduction here and the loyalty bonus. And we have all the cultural things. Yeah, okay. Sure. Ooh, this is the prison. Prisons are just great. It costs some money, but it's totally worth it for the loyalty bonus and decadence reduction. My God. There's really no big downside to that. All right. So now, the Etruscans have... in Soviet Rome, Etruscans conquer you. I mean, I don't think they have a chance of taking that... Oh, they moved. They ran. That gives us a chance to combine our forces here. That unfortunately gave them a turn to rest up, but I don't think they recovered at all. They recovered some of their effectiveness, but not their hit points, because they're not in an area that has favorable loyalty. And in addition to that, we just merge these two here and move that in to take the Etruscan area here, Feltria. So let's have them combine with this. This is going to get a 1-1 strategist, I guess. Is there a tactician there? Flanker. And this guy, meanwhile, is going to go and attack this army wherever it goes. If we can. Can we? No. Okay. Stop. There we go. That's what I wanted. So hopefully this army will meet up with him before he gets there. That's ideal. I could have this garrison come out and attack, can't I? Maybe not. But let's give the garrison a defensive benefit anyway, just in case. Oh yeah, there was an exit. That'll work. All right. Plantation gives us papyrus. Oh no, I'm sorry. Plantation gives us grain. And a lot of food. Which is already the case here. Never got a street parlor. Let's do that there. Meanwhile, I think we have a little too much food here. And here in Venetia, doesn't even have a farm. Whoa. Seems like it should have a farm, right? Etruria, also missing a street parlor, a basic governmental building. It's producing dyes, so it could probably benefit from this, but... public bath. What kind of situation is the health bonus in? It's at 25 and 113 food. Ugh, wow. Yeah, I think a public bath will help us with the growing situation. I really do want the street parlor too, because it's, again, it's money and culture. We'll get the next one. Public bath's kind of annoying because they get the decadence added. All right. We're going to grab that land expansion. Wonder how many times you can have that. Ooh, paved roads. Ooh. We don't have those very often. Seems to take a long time to upgrade. And odd that paved roads, they go from infrastructure to commerce. Yeah, the trade range +2 usually saves you a lot of money. Up in the north, a brickwork requires stone that we don't yet have access to. Oration tribute is good, but we need that one that gives us a conversion rate increase. I think a smokehouse is going to be what we want here. It will add just as much food as the stud and also increase growth. Okay, here, same thing, I think. We want growth or food, one of these two. Wood cutting, we already have that in 2 places next door. We don't need it. Equipment production would be good. There's our conversion point. Yes, cultural site. Perfect. Land expansion is not something we can say no to. Builders Guild seems unnecessary here. And we could make this more of a cultural powerhouse. It's already getting us some legacy. Maybe we could get more. Although barracks actually would help improve, yeah, XP of everything in this area. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how well our strategy plays out this time to catch these Etruscans. They got a little greedy. They thought they did actually kill my army there. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. We only brought 2 units because the other guys did not catch up with them in time. So I don't think this is going to go well for me. Especially because we're in the wrong terrain. Oh, we got lucky. We got very lucky. But here comes the much worse flanking attack. Yeah, the cavalry's dead. Yeah, it's dead. It's all dead. Oh boy. Oh, and then they assaulted this small area here. And it's probably gonna win. Can we... Yeah, we at least weakened them there a little bit. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Oh. Damn it! At least that area is not as defended. Here, we'll just win this one. Oh, it ended in a draw. Come on. Come on! We killed one of them. One of the Royal Guard, too. Got it. Okay. Alright, I guess before we go after them this time, we have to form up a real army. Combine everybody together. I need to build more cataphracts. For a glorious empire, we're sure having problems with this one little tribe, because we didn't put both of our armies towards it. We tried to fight 2 wars at once. Without really... And I mean, we could afford to... money income is a lot lower than I expected. Okay, so this is going to go meet up with this guy, and this guy's just going to go here, and that's where he's going to stay. He's not going to go fight. This guy is going to go deal with this, however. Ah, the loyalty's recovered in these bottom areas here. Good. Clear water. They don't have... It's been hundreds of years. How have you never built a clear water? This AI seems pretty terrible. Is it picking buildings at random? Doesn't even have a thing telling it, yeah, well, you know, if your infrastructure's low, build infrastructure buildings. Did we check and see what kind of provincial unit we get here? Raite cavalry. Which is a light cavalry? No, medium cavalry. How is that different from Cisalpine cavalry? 3-2, 2-2, 3-3. 3-2, 2-2, 3-3. It's exactly the same. Yep. Food usage 1. Okay. So the provincial units seem to be basically... always the same kind of improved stats. Oh, I actually had a bunch of buildings there I should have been building. Whoops. I forgot about that part. I got too overwhelmed in just getting the military action. Ah, we became into a golden age again, which gave us our money back. But we've got 44,000 to fall back on. Like, if we built a brand new army from scratch and it overpowered our finances, we'd still be okay for probably another 100 years. Like, our war chest is pretty good. Meanwhile, this province can be created, and ideally, which do we care about? Which one has the capital? No, they're both bad for the same reasons. Okay, so we're just going to create the province and find out where it goes. This here, a loyalty bonus would help. We don't want anything rising up down there. Ah, the area that can have all the decadence in the world is not getting choices that provide decadence and huge bonuses, so that's disappointing. We don't need flax. Builder's Hall. I don't think we want this to specialize as an infrastructure when it's got so many people in it. We're shuffling and looking for big culture. Even if it also comes with other issues. Yeah, we're going to build that infrastructure. It's a little bit weak here in the Transalpina. On the other hand, there's way too much infrastructure here. That's a very different problem. So we'll build a health building to help us grow, or a seed storage to help us grow. This will get us money, which we do want. Venetia is actually kind of exposed. But the street parlor gives us money and culture. Can't say no to that. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's real good. And here's our prison. Prison's the other one. I gotta do it. Yeah, it costs some money. I'll make the money elsewhere. Damn it. Like in this spinning mill for cotton. We'd have to trade for cotton. It would be terrible. Cotton's expensive, and it's only basically in India and Egypt, I think, are the cotton areas. Can't get it anywhere else. So an amphitheater here gives us huge bonuses to culture. We gain silk imported to the area too. That's pretty good. And a cultural bonus, which we've already made this into a cultural monster. Scriptorium. Huge amounts of culture. Yeah. Let's just stay in a golden age forever, why don't we? A tribunal. We apparently need this. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No problem. Doing it. I gotta find more money somewhere, though. I think that's gonna be population money. Taxation, people working in the money business. I don't know that commerce money is gonna get me too much further. I've really developed the commerce almost as much as I can. Alright, small battle here. Immediate and crushing. We've now got the entire Corsican Sardinian province. And the Etruscans are defending in their crappy little forested area or whatever that is. Nobody else has reached tier 3. That's kind of disappointing, game. I guess I gotta play on a harder difficulty level. Do we want to besiege this thing? Just assault it? Yeah, it's only a level 1. Just assault it. Meanwhile, these guys are going to get that 2-0 general and just go to town here. Just take them down. There's nothing they can do now. It can't be done. Can't be done. They can't do anything. It's not possible. Not allowed. Dang it. Look at all the penalties and benefits here. Whipping the slaves. Sanitation works underway. Angry citizens. Barking dogs. and occupied and all kinds of things. Oration tribute for loyalty isn't necessary. Crafter district not necessary yet. Let's focus on infrastructure. Metal? Yeah, I guess. We do need the infrastructure. And I don't like either of these options. So let's do that. And hopefully we'll get a farm to pop up when that's done. Also bark. Bark at it, bark. Bark, 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 bark. This one's good. There's more bark. A granary. Gotta specialize the districts a little bit more here. Well, they don't even have palisade. That's problematic. Amphitheater. This is not a cultural powerhouse. Not really. This is more of an infrastructure thing, but we don't want the quarry. So we'll take the granary and just make it bigger. Ooh, there's our irrigation system. That gives a huge food bonus. Seems like this is the one that shouldn't be possible in mountains and stuff, but it seems like it definitely is. Ooh, a candle shop needs tin. It's real hard to get tin. Oh my... What the actual loyalty? That is insane. We need more culture. Like, pronto. But that's not a good one. We need like a real, like super cultural one. Alright, the capital of Latium gets terrible things except an army provisioner. Reduction in manpower and equipment cost. Lets us raise armies over and over again after they get killed, I guess. Huh. Equipment is 0. Because it doesn't make any more than the other ones, and it increases the stockpile. And it gives us another red building, and it's a tier 3. Let's take it, and we'll see what Latium gives us next time. Ooh, wool produces cloth, which I don't think we produce here. No, we do not produce cloth. So let's produce cloth. It gets a bonus from flax. It would also get a bonus from cotton, but we don't have that. So that's good, yeah. But what we really need in Campania is... I do want that money. What we really need in Campania is the building that increases trade acumen, so we can ensure that everything gets pulled from here and it makes the most money, because it's got a ton of commerce bonuses. Ah, down in Sicily... What have we here? Conversion rate, kind of good, and culture for just a single slot is not bad. Weaver shop, lots of money. Damn. Doesn't even build clothing, though. Cloth. That's weird, isn't it? And yet, I want that money because I built all those other buildings that are going to cost me money, so... Here's a spinning mill. Produces cloth. More money. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll bite. All right. Go. We should grab both Corsica and we'll take Nicaea back and defeat the Etruscans for good. And then we'll completely redesign our military army because it's not working super well. How does this work out for us? Let's find out. We're facing peasants who are exhausted and are going to get crushed. They barely survived. They did not survive. Holy crap. Oh, wow. They didn't survive. They have no way to survive. And they don't survive. Pursuit phase kills the rest of them. Yep, booyah. You're not independent anymore. You're Roman. We said so. Ah, this has got to work, right? Oh, God. How is it possible they keep getting these freaking mountains? This is... What? Nicaea is a mountain territory? You gotta be kidding me. Alright. Let's see if my... Oh, God. The terrain bonus and the support bonus combined. At least we've got the good general. We picked the good general. Ah! Here's our only advantage. This is the one. We have to win this. Come on. Okay. Not by a large shot, though. And somehow we still took some damage from that. Apparently, if it's only one, both sides... No, not every case. Skirmishers wind up getting back at you, I guess. Come on. Yeah! Crushed them. Okay. That was better. It's going to take quite a few battles to see who actually wins this. Oh. Their phalanx is unmaneuverable, but, like, the terrain bonus is huge. But at least they're missing 2 of their effectiveness. And now they're missing more of it. Yes, yes, we've weakened them. And these guys are tired, unfortunately. Whew. That was close. Come on. Come on! Yes! Okay, this is going to be a problem because this is their palace guards. I don't know how their palace guards keep traveling with them. They raised a palace guard that quickly? Really? Alright, good. So they're out of frontline troops now. They've got light cavalry, they've got the palace guards, the phalanx. That's it. They've only got 3 now. So oh, we won. Never mind. I wonder if it's you have to make enough holes in the middle, in the line, in order to get the pursuit phase and win the battle. I don't know the actual requirement, but we're done. We're done with that. We now have just the other mountainous terrain controlled by the Veni and the Celts in order to push through to the forested terrain of Germany. Yeah. Our legions just don't do well there. But they do worse when you don't put when you don't put Velites behind them and you put other legions instead. So I guess I need to build armies on the assumption that I'm going to have a certain number of legions in front and not put more legions than that. Hey, we received a progress token. Excellent. Okay, we're at 175. What do we start at today? 150? I think we started at 150. Does it show if we go to load where we were at? Yeah, 161. Okay. So we're actually almost to 180. And that's where we're going to stop for the day. The Romans' legions have been destroyed. So I think we want 4 legions and 4 allies. And then a bunch of Velites. We have way too much cavalry, though. Like, medium cavalry needs to go jump in a lake because we have better versions of that. So this is going to split and just become disbanded. Light cavalry, we don't even need light cavalry anymore. What's the point of light cavalry when we can just make, you know, the Cisalpine cavalry, which is better than medium, and we can make cataphracts, which is much better than heavy. Okay, so to that effect, this army now that I just finished reducing down to its component parts, it needs 1 more legion, and let's say 4 more Velites. Along with some cavalry. So here's our Cisalpine cavalry, which is stronger than the medium cavalry. We'll build, what, 2 of those? Sure. We'll have 2 Cisalpine cavalry and 2 cataphracts in the army. And then we apparently need 1 more legion. And what do we have? 1 Velites or 2 Velites in there? 1 Velites. 2 Velites. So let's build 4 more Velites. And then 2 cataphracts down here. That should be the composition of the army from now on. To fight in these rough terrains, that's what we need. When we get into areas with a larger, broader area that we can really utilize, marshes, forests. Forests are still much bigger front lines than those Alps and the mountains that we've seen. A bark, a bark, bark, a bark. Okay. Yes, yes, we get it. Bark. And now this Roman army is our more like a plains army. What do we have? 6 legions? 7 legions. That's too many legions, actually. So we can build 1 less legion here. I wouldn't actually build any legions there. Perfect. So one of these legions is going to split off. What is the number there? The 23 combat power. Okay. And it's going to go meet up with this army. The rest of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only need 1 more ally. We're going to send them back here. We're going to need 1 of the allies, which we already determined are better than the Italian medium infantry. And what else does this need? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 velites, which is probably enough. But it turns out Illyrian skirmishers are better. So let's get rid of 1 of the velites. Now, you know what? They're all high quality. Let's use 1 of them. Split off. Actually merge with this army. And produce 1 less velites fresh. There we go. Keep the veterans out, because the 4 stars give them a pretty impressive improvement. So now we've got the 8 skirmishers that we want. We are going to need some cavalry, which we'll get from down here. So we're actually going to build 2 more cataphracts down there, and 2 more Cisalpine cavalry up here. And we'll just split those off. Send 2 and 2 to Rome, and that army will be done. Everything else goes over here, and that army's done. And now we're ready for a real campaign in Germany. I hope. So, this area here. Weapons manufacturer. Sure. Ooh, but first a theater? Oh, it's hard for me to say no to that. Yeah. Here, land reclamation. Noble gardens. This has way too much decadence right now. No, we can't add more. This area actually needs like science buildings that'll give us less decadence. Nobody said anything in the chat all day today. It makes me worried that I did something wrong and nobody's watching. I think it's all fine though. It looks like it all went proper. Like the stream appears to be going live. Is anybody out there? There. Armorer, no. Mill, yes. Maybe. No. Let's just keep cycling until we get a science building there. I'll probably promptly forget that next turn, but... Ooh, a decadence reduction here would be good. Although this shouldn't be 16. This should be... going down. Maybe that's what it means when you conquer decadence, it accumulates some when you conquer an area. Fair, no. Archery, no. Copper mine. Smokehouse. For growth, what's their sanitary situation? Yeah, the smokehouse is a good pick. Olive oil. They don't have olive oil there, do they? That's also a good pick then. All right, let's get the olive oil now. We'll come back on the health later. So this is still a region that has a problem with infrastructure, but there's nothing good for infrastructure. So we'll do we'll build hemp is everywhere already. Sanitation, basic, a tavern, loyalty bonus, no. A legion camp. We actually don't have one of these up here, but it should be in the provincial capital, not in a generic area nearby. Alright, build a hemp field so we can get tier 2 food stuff soon. Ah, regional roads. Finally. Over here, this deserves city walls, doesn't it? I mean, I know this is our primary stopgap, but a monument's also good. Let's do the city walls, though. Archery in the capital, yes. I probably looked too quickly there. A theater. A brickwork, actually. This area does need the infrastructure. Does it need the metal? Does it need it more than it needs cattle? There's cattle right next door. Ooh, a fair actually has everything except olive oil. That's a lot of metal, though. The iron mine is real good for that. Okay. Excelente. Oh, this became the province capital? What? Why did you move the province capital to the Alps? Ugh, what the hell happened? Because it has the most culture built up, I guess? Well, we're going to try to fix that. It'll probably move here instead, but I built things over here for this. Oh, Italian foot, provincial, gets unlocked wherever we have a governor's palace? No, it doesn't. That's weird. I think it unlocked the Rete cavalry instead, like the Cisalpine cavalry. Okay. Is that all the buildings? Yes. Okay. Do your thing. We'll rejigger the army. I can only hope the Veneti fail to get this province here. I want that one for myself. I need them to lose that. Whoa! Who are these guys, and why are they attacking me? I must have missed something. Gulp. But we're definitely losing that province. Okay, we're going to need that army, what with all of them legions, to, you know, do something here. Hello. Oh, hop. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I can't imagine how boring this must be. Because to me, I want to be making these decisions, and I want to click on things. Like, I know, I get it. People like watching other people play, and I actually fall into that category with certain games. And I've done it before, but I've never done it with one of these long-term strategy games. I don't know. I enjoy actually doing... I enjoy talking to people and talking about this. So I enjoy it. Like, talking out loud helps me process what I'm thinking and makes me more focused a little bit in what I'm doing. And helps me enjoy the game more, for that matter. Because I actively start thinking more about what I'm doing rather than just kind of going through the motions and seeing what happens next turn. Siege Resist 2. This is our main line of defense. And it gives us a lot of equipment. Yeah. Now, these armies can merge. There we go. And more armies are coming together. We had this army. Should have 2 cataphracts splitting off and going to Rome. And the other army is going to go up to here. Meanwhile, here we should have 2 of these Cisalpine cavalries split off and go to Rome, and now we should be done. Once everybody gets to where they need to go, we'll go deal with these Teutones. I think I got dragged into that by the Dalmatians. Did they, like, rise up from the Dalmatians? No, they must have been here the whole time and the Dalmatians declared war on them. I don't know. Let's look at the diplomacy situation. Yeah. Wow. Dalmatia is at war with the Teutons, the Geti, the Dacia, the Byzantian, the Gorthons and the Luigi. No, the Lugii. I'm at war with too many people. I do need to stay at war with the Teutones in order to deal with this. I don't care about the Aquitaine. We can go to peace with them. Yeah. Propose that. The Belgae. I know I'm supposed to help you out up here, Veniti, but I don't really. And then conquer the Teutons. Provinces overlay. I just need this one back. Like, once I take that back from the Teutons, you know, I'll even propose peace right now that doesn't involve changing territory. Let's see if they like that. They'll just give it back to me. I don't have to fight them. 15% chance. Maybe I can give them some money to end this charade. That's too much. That's too much money. I don't... Maybe they can become my clients. No, I don't want to become your client, state. No, thank you. How about I give you a little metal? That's not enough, huh? Can't give manpower or anything like that. They apparently don't need metal. But if I give them all my metal, they'll say fine. No, we'll just do that. We'll come test our new army against you if you don't want to make peace. And give me back my territory. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I could see... You know, that is a situation. I do watch streams of these strategy games when I don't know the game, because I find it a good way to get interested in understanding the basics, other than flailing around on my own. Honey and figs would make this delicacy shop just brilliant. But not really. It's not that great, is it? It's a little bit of money, a little bit of culture. If we had honey and figs, then it might be worth enough. We'd have 12 and 10. It's still not great. Scriptorium gives a culture bonus. We don't have the wax nearby to get the bonus culture. But this does give culture without giving... There seems to be too many ways to get culture without getting decadence, which makes it very easy to stay where I am. I thought it would be harder to balance this. Maybe I'm just that good. No, that seems unlikely. Ooh, this is the place we were... Remember we said we were going to scroll through and try to find a good science building? Here we are. Some extra culture, but more importantly, decadence reduction, because this place is out of control with the decadence. The Colosseum itself adds a ton of extra decadence. Over here, the decadence is actually under control, and a tribunal will basically bring it down to 0. So these giant population centers, we can actually just start continuing to grow them even bigger than they already are, which is crazy to me. And this is just an upgrade to the courthouse, so sure. Now, this is a brand new area that's problematic in many ways. We're going to need... Oh, they're all italic, though. That's good. That's much easier to deal with. We're going to get the anchorage because it's always good. There's never a reason not to build an anchorage. Apparently, unless you're on a lake. Like, so I guess you don't build... Or you build anchorages here... and you don't upgrade them to harbors, because there's a decision that gives you a bunch of boats and it puts it in a random harbor. And if it winds up in this lake instead of, you know, somewhere else, I guess that's a bad example of a lake. But if it winds up somewhere else where it's not useful. Anyway. Where are we now? Now, this area has absolutely ridiculous low decadence, so we don't mind about building this there. Huge money and culture. And loyalty. This place will be loyal until the cows come home. We can make this such a ginormous city without huge penalties. Like, to that extent, we need to build more... we could just do that all down here. More courthouse means more decadence reduction. I guess there's still a bunch to explore, because we still have another, you know, 2/3 of the game left to go. Wool. Let's get a salt house. All right, so we got our people moving around. What is this? Uh-oh. Now we have more people to fight, apparently. This isn't going to go well, because we've got all these urban militias, which are just terrible. And we have no general. Yeah, I'm not even just gonna skip through. Yeah, we lost. I thought maybe we had an interesting, Oh god, they keep going. Oh boy. Gulp. Now they're besieging that. Okay. I guess we've got to take these other wars seriously now. I think that means they're not going to accept peace, because that would mean giving back what they just took. We'll see. I'm still not close to winning an outright victory by getting 3 times as many legacy points as the nearest opponent. Krita. Ooh, Epirus is finally an empire. We finally have somebody else to match our level. And it's Epirus. Who would have thought Epirus would be the one? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. That's their 10 that they managed to get. And it looks like they've got 11, 12 over here. All right. So, theoretically... Yeah. Yeah, that's the army we kind of want. This is specialized. We've got more of the Alei, because this is an army dedicated to fighting in rough terrain. This is an army, when we put it together with the others. Oops, wait a minute. Is this... Yes. This is an army dedicated to fighting on the plains, because we have more legions. And got that. We know we're going to be fighting in the mountainous territories over here, apparently. Hill, hill. Does it say what the frontage is in these regions? If I click on them, I think it does. Combat width. Frontage is 8 on hills, apparently. And what am I going to fight if I go over here? Also hills. So both ways are whatever. This army's going to probably hang out here for just a second. Why wouldn't you take the road? I guess it's faster to take... Two logistician is pretty good. Ooh, we finally got a 2-2. Yep, that's right. It's Giganius. This army apparently has to stay here and rest a little bit more because these guys are still recovering hit points from the previous mess with the Etruscans. So that's 18 and that's 20. Why am I missing 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the same, isn't it? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. This has 8 frontline troops and 8 backline troops and 4 cavalry. This has 8 frontline troops. Oh, and only 6 backline troops. Okay, that's why. Should I build some Sicilian slingers for them? Because we determined the Sicilian slingers... Oh, that's right. They get a bonus. See, but they get a attack bonus, but they're never frontline troops, so it doesn't matter that they get an attack bonus in the mountains, right? You never want them to be your frontline troops. Unless this means their ranged attack also goes up. Because they're 2/2s, and these guys are 2/2s, and these get a bonus in forest and rough terrain. And these guys are only 1 hit point, but again, they're not sitting at the front line. So the real thing is their ranged attack is naturally stronger. That's why I want this. So I'll build 2 of those guys, and they'll eventually get up to the other army. Anyway, that's done. Now, ooh, we're out of building slots for this one. Ah, Corsica needs something to build. It's got good loyalty. What should we make Corsica into? In this province, Corsica could be the food producer. So one of these should produce food, one of them should produce infrastructure, and one of them should produce like culture and stuff. I think we're going to make... Well, one of them already has cultural buildings, right? Yeah, this one's already got all the culture, so this will be our cultural center. This is a forest. This will be our infrastructure situation. This will be our food center. Smokehouse is a good place to go for that. Yeah, I mean, with a province that's not that big. Ah, a sawmill. Perfect. That's the reason you make forests your infrastructure center, because they have a chance of getting the sawmill. All right, the capital here apparently needs a coastal fortress. Because, again, this is our eastern bulwark, or western bulwark here. It takes a little bit of infrastructure, but it doesn't cost us anything else, and it gives us in Venetia. Public bath, no. Salt marsh, maybe. Yeah. This again is our secondary defensive structure. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's get one more red building. This will also increase the XP generated from building troops in the capital province. You know what? I'm going to give a defensive general to these guys in case they do get an assault coming in. Which is, on the one hand, interesting, and on the other hand, kind of like... I feel like they should spawn with a decent general if their garrisons, like, I don't know. That suggests that if they had assaulted immediately, they'd have an easier time of it because I wouldn't have had time to give a general to the garrison. Good thing, though, they didn't actually decide to attack the garrison. Am I at war with the Averni? I guess we'll find out in a second. Because that's when all the peace proposals are coming back. I'm not sure about playing through the tactical battles in Field of Glories 2 OHOP. I don't think that's for me. I've never been a big fan of the... I think it's because the tactical battles in many games, probably not all, but in many, feel like they get old and repetitive fairly quickly. Oh, so what I've got to do in this situation is the same thing I do in every situation when I've got too many cavalry on a flank. Or, you know, oh, hey, we set the heavy infantry up in the middle and we put cavalry on the sides, and now we just go through the motions of the battle. It's like a flow chart. Like, I've already got it charted in my head. That's not enjoyable. The reason I gravitate towards these larger grand strategy games is because the story that unfolds is a lot more interesting. And not only that, there's so many more different situations that can pop up and cause you to come up with different dilemmas to deal with. Like, oh, I've got this war that's happening over here on the east that suddenly became a thing, and also in the west. How do I deal with Carthage suddenly being mad at me or something like that? Okay, so Aquitania is no longer an enemy. That's good. Dardania, we got rid of Belgae. The Helvetii are also giving me back what I owe. The Teutonese. So it looks like, diplomatically, these guys want peace, but they want us to be humiliated. They want us... No. That's not how this works, buddy. No siree, Bob. So their effectiveness gets grown first. So yeah, wow, you need the troops to rest for many years before they can head back out on campaign at full strength. I guess, okay, I guess that means they're training new troops, but it seems like a year is enough to train new troops and put them into the Legion. So I think if we're moving, as long as we wind up on a friendly area that has high loyalty, they should still be able to recover those hit points. So I'm going to try moving and see if they need to be stationary to recover the hit points or not. Why did this lose population? Oh, because it was being besieged earlier. So these guys, I thought I proposed peace. They came back to me with another thing. Provide Sicilian slingers. Screw you. Now again, I have to find out. Am I at war with the Helvetii? Or with our Veni? No. Wow, the Venetii have completely succumbed to the Arveni and the Belgae and the Helvetii. These guys aren't really worth being allies to anymore, I don't think. Massalia is almost gone as well. So I don't really have a good defensive alliance on the west anymore. And I'm not at war with the Dardarni anymore. I do have some good allies over here, but I might not forever. Macedonia is back and snakier than ever. They were gone for a while, and they've also got some territories up here. So yeah, first things first, Helvetii. We're going to take back that little province that you stole from us. And then we're coming for your head. But not really, because we can't reach anything else. I guess we can reach this. That's something we wanted to take anyway. Eventually. And at this point, actually, going after the Averni in order to grab this province and this province from them wouldn't be terrible, but I'm going to want to get another legion before that happens. So let's do that. Let's start by building a new legion, a new army, and this one's going to have a core of 6 legions, 2 allies, maybe 4 allies. Just give it a little more resiliency. That's not a bad idea. And then up here, we're going to build the Cisalpine cavalry, 2 of them. We're not a big cavalry nation. So 2 cataphracts, and then a whole bunch of Sicilian slingers. 8 Sicilian slingers seems like a good number. Speaking of which, that kind of reminds me, what I should be building in Sicily, apparently, are archery ranges, if they ever pop up. We've got one here, that's good. Do we have one in the capital? That would be ideal. No. So the next time the capital grows, and we should try to make it grow faster, we should definitely build archery ranges. And I should try to prioritize these here. This is probably going to be a super cultural area. This has a lot of infrastructure. So let's make this the infrastructure area. But we're going to cycle and get a better one, I think. A science building for culture. Irrigation system for papyrus. Yeah, let's build. This is going to be... No, this will be a food place. Food, culture, and then maybe infrastructure and whatever. This capital can be anything it wants. Up here we decided that this was going to be a food and growth area, but they need public works first and foremost. Even though a wells would be very good right now. Oh, get public works. I don't know what this area is. I started specializing areas late, and so I didn't have a good idea for what I was going to do with this area until afterwards. Oh, who is this? The Germanic independents have come to take our territories. Unacceptable. This area is building regional roads. I want them to tear down the governor's palace. Damn it. I want it over here. This is where it should be. And in the heel of Italy, an academy. I don't have one of these. These are really good. These unlock a special decision that I think we've seen, but we can't do. Oh, slave markets is here. I didn't see that. Disperse. Ooh, support science and culture. That's kind of new. Oh, no, it's not new. We've seen this before. Commerce, agriculture, construction. Let's see what our bonuses are right now. We have one bonus for there. We have level 2. Oh, no, that's a different thing. So this is one of them. Commerce bonus. We have 2 culture bonuses. 1 infrastructure bonus. And 1 food bonus. Based on my current situation, I think I want the food bonus. Kind of get them all to 10% before we really decide to specialize. Tokens to 30% chance to receive a progress token. Why is it 30% now? I thought it was... I got to go back and reread that section of the manual, but there was a very specific thing that said you get a 5% chance increase under certain circumstances and 5% decrease under others, and it starts at default 35%. Okay. A barracks. Yeah, how close are we now on that? Military expertise. Look at that. We got to 4. But it doesn't tell us what the bonuses are. Here it tells us what the bonuses are. A bonus of 15 XPs when units are created, and a leader force pool bonus of +1. That's good. It took us a while, but we finally made it there. This guy is going to die off soon. We're going to lose that merchant bonus, but hopefully we'll get another one. Hopefully. Because I feel like our economy is going to collapse if we don't have that merchant bonus. We'll have to see. Over here, a builder's guild. We got a lot up there, I think. A blacksmith gets us closer to tools manufactory. Our loyalty is off the chart right now, and I think that's in part due to the Golden Age. Or did the Golden Age go away? I think it went away, actually. Orchard's good for food. Ooh, a stable master. Thoroughbred mounts. Custom effect. Doesn't really say what that is, but I think this will unlock the cavalry defensive upgrade. Just like our armorer, master armorer here. Well, not this one, but the other star here. There it is. Master Armor Smith unlocks a custom effect for heavy infantry specifically. And I don't think we have a Master Fletcher anywhere in the Empire. I don't remember getting that. But if we do, then that'll upgrade skirmishers with a +1 to their defensive value as well. Okay. Now, this place is currently being assaulted. So I don't think... -1 siege duration, uncertain. Some of the attacking factors minus the sum of the defending factors. Yeah. They don't have a good attacking factor, but we also don't have good defending factors, and our garrisons kind of suck too. So it is what it is. Now, what we wanted to do is see if the hit points on that one legion in the army here that's in Venetia, if that thing is going to heal while moving during the turn, or if you have to stay stationary. I know that the requirement is you have to be in an area with a high enough loyalty. We're slipping down the CDR a little bit. If Ptolemaic Egypt could just fall apart, I could just win the game. Maybe I go to war with Ptolemaic Egypt and just take all their stuff. And then try to survive. That would be an interesting way to conclude this. Rati. Defenders got crushed. Ugh. They need more defenses. Anyway, let's go take back our spot here. And then we'll do more. Alright. That group up there needs 2 of these slingers to split off and head up to meet this 20-unit army. The rest of them are going to go to Rome and combine with that. We also need these 2 cataphracts to go here, and we need these 2 Cisalpine cavalry to go here. We've now got the biggest, baddest, best new army we've ever had. A 1-1 siege expert seems like a good choice for this defensive army, because why not? Find them. Kill them. All right, we got this back under control, but can we get a little defensive value in here? Maybe we lost some stuff. Oh, land expansion's hard to pass up. We'll get more defensive stuff later. Apparently, we accepted that these 2 were going to be hanging off and focus on other things, and that this is going to be our real defensive line. We accepted that at some point. Don't want the city guard. This area here really is all about food production, apparently. And we don't even have a basic farm. How do we not have a basic farm? We have granaries and all these other things. We don't have a basic farm. Let's build a gymnasium in the hopes that we get a basic farm. And here we built, what did we build there? The stable master, that's right. So we need our troops. Every army needs to sit in Rome for like 10 turns and then come sit over here for 10 turns just to make sure it's fully upgraded. A palace guard. Legacy increased by 1. So we're going to have this somewhere. Might as well have it here. Because I don't think we're ever going to have a problem with Rome itself being attacked. Knock on wood. But we may be fighting in the north at some point. And having a place that really resists sieges up there could be very valuable. So let's do it. Plus the legacy increase. Huzzah. So this area, I think we just built a science building here, right? We could definitely use more science buildings here because the decadence is still out of control. So let's shuffle. Over here on Corsica, we could build city walls. Because it's a free slot, and I do kind of want to. This is what I was going to make into my food empire, right? This one here in the mountains for some reason, because this was going to be my cultural center. This will apparently be my economic center and infrastructure center. So this is going to be my food center. Food one, clean water. Food bonus of 5%, so sure. This province still... Oh, God, look at... The stupid province capital moved over here now. Why? I don't know why. But we're going to keep destroying the governor's palace until it goes back where I had it before, which is here. That's where I want the capital to be. Dang it. So here, that's a no. Crafter district, maybe. Salt house, yes. Salt house is a great thing to have. Here, we're right on the edge, and we don't even have a palisade. Yeah, let's get a palisade. All right. Meanwhile, I think we redid the armies, so we're good to go. So we'll end it on this next turn after we see what happens with our armies. We should have let them take this Veni place and then taken it from them. It probably would have liberated it, actually. So this is a frontage of 8. So remember, we're hoping that this army can work well on a frontage of 8. It's not going to work well on a frontage of like 3 that the Alps do, but this army was built to work okay on a frontage of 8. So let's see. The good news is only one of these stupid legions is being given that position in the back of the formation. And we exhausted them. Like, wow. Holy crap. So let's see how this works. So this is the only space that's going to have only a 1 support. Everybody else is going to have a 2, and it's going to be a much closer fight. Wow. These guys actually are really strong. They have 4 hit points. They only have 2 left. But that's insane. That's stronger than my legions. The good news is they only have a 5 minimum roll. They're only rolling 1 die. I get a 7 minimum roll. I'm rolling 3. So this is probably going to go my favor. Nope, not quite, because we both rolled 10. Those lucky sons of bitches. Damn. All right. Well, this time we've now got a 2 support bonus. And you don't have many of these troops, apparently. Rex Custodiae. Must be their specialty troops. Get out of here, German cavalry. No way. You're not good enough for this. And there's no way you're good enough for this either. Exhausted means you don't get any good numbers. Look at that. Cataphracts. Boom. On the attack. I thought we're in hills, and cataphracts don't do well in hills. I guess it's only forests. Yeah, this is oh, it's just brutal. They managed to avoid some of that damage, though. Crunched. Smushed, I believe, is the only word that you can use there. Smushed. Pursuit finishes them off for the most part. Boom. Lots of destruction. And the army had nowhere to retreat to, so I think it was absolutely crushed. $9,600 points. That seems like a lot. And yet, Ptolemaic Egypt has actually kept up with me. Ptolemaic Egypt was making about half as many legacy points as me, and it looks like they're making more now. Let's view this Helvetii peace proposal. You want me? No! The war score should be in my favor. Or it should be a 0. I'll accept that. I haven't seen a law that lets me get more free men. But if we just look through and see how many slaves we have compared to the main population, it's not that many. We're doing pretty good at not... Whoa, okay, not that one, though. This one has lots of slaves. Lots of them. How many? Lots of. I think part of that is we're conquering things, so and we're fighting battles, right? So when you win a battle, you generally get slaves being sent back to your slave markets. So whenever we get that thing that says gather and like buy, sell, or distribute slaves, it'll take slaves from areas that have a slave market and therefore lots of slaves and distribute them. Here's another slave market that actually doesn't have a lot of slaves. It'll distribute them to other places that have fewer slaves. So we're about to go into battle with this guy. We wanted to see 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all at max hit points? Yes. So apparently walking still allows your guys to recover hit points over the year. These really should be half-year turns, I think, though, because of the way it doesn't take an army that long to march that. Well, even with the roads, they do go. They march all the way up Italy in a year, but it shouldn't take that long to march up Italy. Like, you should be able to march back and forth up and down Italy at least 3 times a year, and that's not counting the winter. Like, I don't know. It seems weird. Up here, an amphitheater gives us a culture boost, and it will bring in. It'll cost a lot. It'll cost too much. Too much. We don't have a smokehouse out here. How do we not have a smokehouse? And way back here, we cycled because we were looking for more science buildings. We don't need a conversion bonus. We'll take city walls, though, because it doesn't use a slot. And the core should all have city walls. Like you can see, this has a palisade. These have city walls. These have, like, super walls. 3 of 3, 3 of 3, 3 of 3. These are all pretty good defense. And who knows what their actual garrison defense values are. Garrison power 37, 37, and 31. Pretty good. Okay. Meanwhile, back here, this is our cultural center, which we don't care about doing that with. So what else could it be? Infrastructure gives us... well, actually, lead gives us a lot of infrastructure. Coastal fortress. Coastal market is food. Let's do it. I'm sorry, coastal market is money. That was good. Blacksmith up here. Wheelmaker. Yes, this poor province is finally getting to some decent infrastructure numbers. And once we take this back, they'll add 2 to it. Yay. These guys were being besieged. They don't like that. They're going to build more walls. I don't know. These ones have been raided and walls come up. I wonder if that has some kind of a trigger. More likely to suggest walls if recently under attack. That wouldn't surprise me. There are a bunch of different things that weigh the chances of certain things showing up on this list. We don't have pottery, but a garum shop has everything we need. It will require olive oil. Land reclamation is a good pick whenever it comes up, including right now, twice in a row. A brickwork, no. Tools manufacture. We don't have a lot of tools up here. Well, no, we do. We have Benitia, and we have some down in Lucania. This one, Benitia is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could supply tools to the other side of the empire. That's probably a good idea. All right. So I think we're going to call it there. We're going to recall our army on this side. So now we're going to have 3 armies perpetually. And you can see that brought our metal production really far down, building this new army in Rome. So that's something to be aware of. Defense 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. 5 plus 1. So this army got the +1 bonus from the... armorer, the master armorsmith, and there's 2 of them that have it. So you just leave this army in Rome, and eventually all the heavy infantry will have that +1. Wealthy citizen built some infrastructure. Good job. Thanks, guy. All right. So this army is going to get these guys to join it real soon. And if we can build a Master Fletcher somewhere, that would be great. Down here would be perfect, because that means when we raise the skirmishers, the Sicilian slingers, which are apparently our best skirmishers. What is this one? Corsican slingers. Same thing, I would imagine. When we raise them, we just sit them there for a few turns in order to get them to get the defense bonus. Anyway, last check. Who are we at war with? Okay, that's not bad. Soon, we'll go north, and, I mean, this army, after we deal with the Teutons, we could just go take this and the Helvetii here, and this, because all of these require no declarations of war. I don't know if I want to do that before I've secured the flanks with the Celts, though. So we'll see. With that, thanks everybody for watching. And we'll be here again tomorrow at 10:30. This is going to take a couple of weeks at least, I imagine, because we're doing about 20 turns, and we need to go 320. So, yeah, about 16 days, give or take, as long as I can keep the 20 turns per day up. So, have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern.